on I have that setting on Spotify, dude.
Oh, nice. Are all of them on Spotify?
I think so, unless I didn't upload the last ones.
But like from number one, like the first one is on there?
Yeah,
No shit.
could be. Hold on. It didn't do the title right. Hold on. Okay. Um, one sec. It's coming through as like not what it's supposed to come through. Hold on. It's just saying Zoom YouTube podcast. Oh, there it is. It changed it.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, let me see. Make sure it's going. The sound's not working.
It's not?
Not on YouTube. Hold on. Give me a sec. Let me try it on my phone.
Yeah, bro. Troubleshoot this bitch.
One sec. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Hold on. But it is working on my phone. I don't know on the computer on YouTube. It wasn't making a sound, but it when I pulled up on my phone, it works.
Okay.
So hold on. I'm almost there. Okay. What the fuck? Dang it, that was supposed to be a surprise. I gotta change my mixer settings, my output. Sound input. There we go. Okay, let's try this again. I'll change my mixer. Oh, there we go. Okay. Sorry, dude. I like moved.
Dude, don't apologize, bro. This was like spur of the moment.
I like moved for a while and then moved all my shit and all got disconnected and I had to like redo stuff and update stuff and then.
But you got it all back?
Yeah, I guess. Okay, I got it now. Mr. Producer, you got all them hoes.
Producer.
You bring the speed. Producer. The emergency meeting.
Well, slap me on the ass.
Did that
you newborn? Let's go.
Did you see it? Did it work?
Which what? Which part?
The Mr. Producer.
I saw it. Yeah.
The video popped
money,
up,
bro. What?
The video popped up.
Just like the cut scene that it always does. Yeah.
Okay, cool. We back, baby.
We back, baby.
Episode 39. Today I'm drinking some Winchester Double Oak. I'm just a little bit. I'm at the bottom.
Woo!
Winchester Double Oak Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, finished with sherry cask staves, 90 proof, 91 out of 100 on the total wine scale. So, but it's pretty
Damn.
good. It's a $30 bottle. It's pretty good. I'm drinking out of an out of bounds tasting glass.
Let's
You know
go.
what I'm saying? I don't have much left, but let's go.
Let's go. Let me grab my drink.
We back, baby. We back, baby. The basics.
We back. I'm drinking
Slap that ass. Slap that ass.
Cures. This is called a Cures Lagati. And these are known the world over for being smooth, refreshing, subtle notes of or hints of nuttiness. And this one is a special edition. This has river water in it. So this is off of the train derailment. I'm still drinking these motherfuckers. I got like 40 train beers left. So let's fucking get it.
Yet?
This is my first drink of anything in 30 days.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't drank since I came back from my little brother's graduation.
Cheers, dude. You're looking healthy.
Cheers, bro. Thank you, man. I've been having a smoothie every morning, eating fucking chicken and rice every night. And it's like, those are my 2 meals. I've been hitting 3 miles on the bike every day at least. 75 push-ups, 75 sit-ups every day. Now I'm doing squats too. Just trying to live that healthy outdoor lifestyle. You know what I'm saying?
Did I hear someone say, wait for it. Tribal Fitness?
Tribal Fitness, baby. Today's sponsor is brought to you by me doing the Tribal Fitness lifestyle techniques. I've picked up on these over the years from Jordan's training. And, I'm finally just putting it all together, getting that life balance. You know what I'm saying, bro?
I know
Cheers.
what you're saying, man. You're preaching.
Cheers to the Tribal Fitness techniques. I'm preaching, bro. And this is my first sip of the devil's juice in in quite a while. So here we go. Oh boy, that was good.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what, man, that's refreshing.
We back, baby. We back.
Woo!
Woo!
All right. So shit, man. I mean,
dude, I will say, if you would have pulled out a Bud Light, I would have ended the podcast right here and now, dude. I would have kicked you off and done this shit by myself, dog.
Oh my god, bro. I just got goddamn beer in my nose. Hold on. Fuck. Ow. Ow. Oh, god damn it.
While he's blowing his nose, we got to do it
Macy's.
to our second sponsor of the night, Anunnaki Athletics. Anunnaki Athletics. Go get yourself some. If you don't know, now you know. Look that up on IG, Anunnaki Athletics. If you go check them out, they're dropping all sorts of new age, new tech, biohacking for the natural athlete. Natural athlete. Unleash your genetics, Anunnaki Athletics. All right, back to the basics podcast.
By your DNA.
So you're sipping Coors. I'm sipping a Winchester Double Oak, which is good, dude. If you get a chance to get this, it's pretty good. It's about $30. It's expensive, but not too expensive, and it's pretty good. And I'm a dirtbag, so I've been puffing on a Geek Bar.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it real with you, OG. I'm still on that spliff game heavily.
I wish I had one of your spliffs, dude. I fucking love your spliffs, dude. I need you to roll like 100 of them to me. I'll pay you, and then just ship them to me in a first class like metal box, just like vacuum sealed or some shit. Just like wrap it in saran wrap, throw it in a fucking peanut butter jar, and then ship that shit to me in just one of those priority UPS or USPS boxes that don't have a weight limit.
So speaking of illicit drugs through the mail, we got to give a shout out to our third sponsor, Denise's Love Relief.
Oh, you got some.
I got some. It came to me fresh in the delivery system of today. I'm trying not to say the word federal mail. You didn't hear that.
Is there a Tango Hotel Charlie in it?
There is Tango Hotel Charlie, as well as Cougar David Bravo. And
you got that back.
Wait. I'm smoking a spliff. I can't.
No. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
But this one is a topical ointment. I also got.
Have you tried it? What's the review?
It worked really good. I fucking fucked my shit up on my mountain bike. Want my leg or my hamstring, and by falling, I fucking ate shit off my bike. And this actually did really help. And it smells fucking amazing. We also got infused gummies. Ooh. These are cinnamon bears, fire, absolute fuego flames. This shit will put you on your ass for 12 hours straight, bro. No question.
What's the dosage on that one?
Dude, who fucking even knows? That's how I like it.
Eat 1/8 of a gummy.
I like it to be a surprise, you know what I'm saying? Then I got the MK Ultra, all from Denise's Love Relief, bro. And they threw in a cart for free. And fucking
how much that run you for all that?
$40, man.
What?
$40. And they gave me 2 things of weed. MK Ultra and Sour Diesel. They
got Sour D? Oh, dude, I gotta hit them up, too.
Bro, they got the Sour D, bro. Look at this, bro. Like a little influencer just focused. You know what I'm saying? Look at that beauty, bro.
Bruh.
That shit is gas. Shouts out to Denise's Love Relief. Now back to your prior scheduled programming of the Basics podcast. So we've been off for a month. In the world,
has it only been a month?
Or no, a little more than a month. I don't know.
It hasn't been that long, but dude, I have like half my hair is gray now.
Dude, I found some gray hairs too, bro.
It felt like a fucking year just from the stress. Not gonna lie, it was fucking rough one, dude. It's still a rough one, but I don't know. But anyways,
we back, baby. In the last month or two, what do you think the biggest news story in the world is? Do you think it's Andrew Tate getting or is it the submarine? What do you think the biggest one in the world is? Last 2 months.
I honestly, so for all the listeners, Tate has been charged, but he still needs to be found guilty in court. So the law in Romania is you can be held up to 6 months while before they even charge you, you can be held up to 6 months. And so he was there for like a bunch of months, like 5 months. And then the last month he's been on house arrest, which is still part of that 6 months. And so that 6 months was up and they officially charged him with sex trafficking and rape. And his brother, Tristan.
Oh, he got charged too?
Yeah. From what I've read, I don't really know if what I read is true on the internet, but yeah, that's what I read. And then the submarine, I could give a damn about, honestly. I really do not care. Dude, it's a submarine. What do you expect? They're going to the bottom of the ocean.
Bruh. I heard. What's up?
I think it was hilarious. I saw photos of like what they were using to control the submarine, and it was a third-party PlayStation controller. It wasn't even like
even name brand, dog.
It was like, what are some of those third parties? Tyco.
It was a fucking Logitech, bro. $40.
No, Logitech. Was it Logitech?
That's why I thought it was a Logitech. $40 Logitech controller.
Logitech makes good controllers. Like I use a Logitech mouse, and they make good keyboards and stuff. Logitech makes good stuff. No, there's another one that we used growing up. There's another brand. I forget what it was. but it was like the shitty brand. That's what
You
it
got
looked.
you always got the fucking Radio Shack, whatever the fucking like generic shit coming out of Radio Shack was. And then later on you had the was it Fry's that had their own brand of fucking like off-brand controllers and shit? I don't know. But
I don't know. Fry's isn't even around anymore.
that's what I mean, dude. It's because their controllers were shitty. But the that's all. It's also because they spent too much fucking money on their like physical locations, bro. They bought their locations and they got fucked over. They would like purchase the entire place, renovate it, you know, like with the fucking train coming out of the fucking side of the shit and whatever. There's one with like a UFO coming out of the side of it. That would have been sick to have that one in Roseville.
They had the train. They have one with the UFO coming out of it.
Yeah, dude. That's like the original one had a UFO crashed into the side of it.
The one in Sac, or where was that at?
I think it was SoCal. I think it was like Silicon Valley.
Yeah, I never saw that one. We got Rich in the chat. I hit him up. I'm like, yo, we just put a major plug in for Denise's Love Relief.
Dude, hell yeah, bro. Yeah. We got it right here. Denise's Love Relief, bro. Sponsor of today's show. One of the sponsors. Fantastic product. Quality shit.
Rich, I got to hit you up. Sorry, I've been MIA, dude. I've been going through some stuff. So I text you today, but I got to hit you up. I heard about some sour D. I want to try some of that sour D.
We still got that sour D. Let's get it, bro. Been smoking that good pack, bro. That loud pack. That op pack.
This is not Tango Hotel Charlie. This is just straight Nick. Hey, I'm going around. Hey, you got Nick? Got Nick? Got Nick? I need some Nick. You got some Nick? I got Nick.
Dude, yeah. Nicotine. I see people with the puff bar. I see people fucking smoking big clouds, blowing O's. I didn't
even do this. Someone else started doing this, and then I wanted to be cool, so I started doing this, and now we both do this, and now it's minty, dude. It makes my breath smell fresh, which I like. So
see, that's true. That's a benefit. People, do be smoking on tasty things now. It's not like it's fucking tobacco that tastes like shit, makes you smell like ass.
Andrew Tate would fucking slap my shit silly if he saw me smoking on it, dude.
He'd slap me silly too, but it'd probably be because I call him a chauvinist pig and a fucking, I would call him a mid-ass chess player. I'd call him mid at chess, and then he'd beat the fuck out of me.
Like physically and in chess.
Yeah, both. Yeah, because he is actually not mid at chess. He's pretty damn good at chess. But you've been on the grind. You've been on the Anunnaki. Let's hear a little bit about your startup, bro. Let's hear a little about your newest venture, bro. We've got the biohacks that have been perfected. Is that what this is? Is this the cream that has risen to the top of the crop here?
I would say so. So Anunnaki Athletics is let me pull up something real quick. It's under the Tribal Fitness umbrella, right? It's a subsidiary, right? Tribal Fitness is the mother. It's like Facebook.
It's like the Facebook to Meta.
Google's part of Alphabet, YouTube's part of Alphabet. There's the Tribal Fitness, brand name, which was like Google. Tribal Fitness is the Google of, working out, fitness, getting in shape, athletics. Tribal Fitness is the Google of that space. Don't get it wrong. For everybody listening, Tribal Fitness is that level. Tribal Fitness is the Google. Okay, when you think of working out, you think of Tribal Fitness. When you think of funny, you think of Tribal Fitness. When you think of like doing something nice for your mother, you think of Tribal Fitness. Okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Anunnaki Athletics is under that umbrella. Anunnaki Athletics brings a little bit of new flavor into that umbrella. When you think of Tribal Fitness, it's going back old school.
You think of an established brand. You think of a mainstay. But this is going to be something that's like the cutting edge, the razor thin. This is where the experiments happen. This is where the true progress in research and development is made.
Right. So tribal fitness, it's in the name, tribal. So a lot of those workout techniques and like exercises and things you do under that tribal fitness program, it's a lot of old school stuff, a lot of stuff, ancestry stuff, stuff that people would do, picking up rocks and logs and chopping wood and stuff like that. But Anunnaki athletics is a 24/7 new age health and fitness protocol used to boost gains and improve athletic performance in natural athletes. Improvements can be seen instantly. Anunnaki athletics is a lot of new age stuff, like you said. Anunnaki athletics, we're tapping into new biohacks. We're going to be talking about it ties in with tribal fitness because it's for natural athletes. We're not doing like steroids or supplementation that way, in that regard, to affect our hormones. Maybe one day after I have kids, we'll tap into that and we'll get
right
on that. But this is for natural athletes. You can use the Anunnaki. You could be on the Anunnaki athletics protocol and still pass a WADA or USADA drug test. Okay. Right. So a lot of it is just natural biohacking and exercises that is really like, it's just unknown stuff, but new age. So the name Anunnaki athletics, for those that are listening, the Anunnaki, in Sumerian mythology, they're a race that came, their planet was Nibiru, or Planet X. They came to planet Earth and they genetically engineered the early hominids to become Homo sapiens, which we are today, and then used us to mine gold for their atmosphere because they were losing their atmosphere. So they needed gold for something. That's why we're so obsessed with gold. Like this right here, 18 karat gold. Like that's why when you see real gold in front of you, it's like nothing else. This right here is the only gold object that I have. And it looks different than any other things that I have. Like any other fake gold or fool's gold. I look at this and I'm like, wow. Like it does something in your eyes and in your brain where you're like, whoa, that's different.
Yeah.
So that's the story of the Anunnaki coming to Earth. And what they did, they genetically engineered early hominids. So what we're doing with Anunnaki athletics, we're unleashing our genetic potential to become the best that we can become as an athlete. And
so this is similar to, our limited technology of CRISPR and gene editing. It's like there are animals in the natural world that have these skills and innate abilities, and you can genetically amplify those if you change the DNA. The Anunnaki came, and who knows, maybe we as humans had some sort of being evolving on this earth where gold exists. We have a connection to this element, and maybe we have an extra sensory perception of this element, and that was amplified. That's why when we look at it, gold fever, it's a thing, man. It viscerally reacts with our chemistry and our biology of our body, this metal. And it's only this metal. It's like, yeah, diamonds, whatever, silver, sure. It's like, these are all fads, you go back as far as you want. Gold is the literal standard by which humans assign value to things for a very long time, and it making it genetic, it just makes all the sense in the world, man. Makes all the sense in the world.
So, well, I mean, we're not like eating gold or nothing like that, because that could get expensive. But like when it comes to the Anunnaki, they genetically engineered, right? And so, but that's what we're doing. We're like tapping into the epigenetics, and like we're doing things that's gonna like make us better. And if you continue to do these things long term, it'll change your genome, and you'll pass it down to your kids, hopefully.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir. So fucking, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing to see the, continuation of an already established successful brand. We love to see the evolution. We love to see the progress.
We're tribal fitness. We go old school on a lot of things. Anunnaki athletics, we're looking to the future. We're going to be on the most new age stuff that's coming out. And yeah. So I gotta take a Mr. Producer really quick. Is that okay?
Mr. Producer.
It'll be like literally like a 30-second one.
All right. Sounds good. Mr. Producer, go produce it.
Okay, I'm back.
I just fucking took a DNA test, found out I'm 100% lit as fuck. I'm about to be baked off of that bite right there.
Damn, dude. Man, I was fiending and I just ran downstairs. I'm like, dude, I gotta have a beer in the fridge or I gotta have like something. And I ain't got nothing. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't got nothing. Tried to go through all the hiding spots. Ain't got nothing.
Shit, fam.
And I can't smoke weed. If I just smoke weed, I'll just get dumb.
I'm only drinking 2 of these. I put 2 in the freezer. Yo, I got this new fucking DC fridge. It's fucking badass. Let me take you on a tour of this. So this shit right here, it's pretty small, but this thing uses like no power. Here's my old fucking AC one. I'm gonna put that in the trailer because I'm gonna get a bunch more batteries from my buddy Jim now that he's back. It got a little fridge and then a big old freezer. And this shit is deep. It's the same style, yeah. It's a it's some off-brand one off of Amazon. It's the same idea. And dude, it literally does not use the battery like at all. It's incredible. Because it runs off of the DC. It's fucking 45 to 60 watts.
How many watts you got?
Dude, I got fucking a shitload.
How long? If you would just leave it on, how long would the batteries last if they weren't recharging?
If they weren't plugged into solar, shit, man, it probably lasts like 3 days, 4 days. So in the winter, I'm not even going to need to use it because I just keep my shit outside in my little ice chest with no ice in it to keep shit warm enough that it doesn't freeze. But yeah, dude, for the summer, this thing is going to be so fucking clutch, bro. It's fire. I just ate that whole gummy bear. I'm going to be on another fucking level. Man. You got any topics or you want, I got a topic.
Yeah. Oh, wait. So yeah, hold on. We got to finish our topic real quick.
Yeah.
So what's the biggest news story? Is it Tate or I mean, I guess like right now, everyone's tripping about the sub. Who gives a fuck?
Who gives a fuck, bro?
Oh my God, you went in a homemade submarine down to the bottom of the ocean. You died. No shit, dude. Did you not ask some questions when the guy was showing you how it operates and he's got a fucking knockoff PlayStation controller? Dude,
how are your fucking red flags not going up left and right as a guy? You would think that if you have $250,000 spent on a ticket, you have some sort of like mental capacity that allowed you to get that much money. Like, you know,
one of the guys was a billionaire.
That's what I mean, bro. It's like, you would think that guy would have some level of fucking like, I don't know, just like caution. But I guess not. It's like these people have a goddamn mind virus. They paid $250,000 to become a fucking fake explorer. Like, they're not even the ones doing it. They're not the first one. You know, it's like, what is the fucking point? It's like, it's so fake, bro. It's such a fake accolade. It doesn't even.
Honestly, dude, I think that in this fucking Matrix world, hologram, tropic, DMT, hive mind shit that we're living in, I bet like it might not even be real. It might be just something that they make. It could be a few things. It could be something that they just make up to distract people. And then they just have every single news media organization push it just to distract people. Cause like, it's getting pushed like so hard, dude. There's fucking shipwrecks every single day, but right. This one happens to have a billionaire on it. So everyone's talking about it. Or like, this could be like, imagine we're living in The Sims, right? And it could have actually happened, but those aren't even real people. They're just fucking NPCs down there.
But yeah, maybe we're just
see it happen. And we're like, oh my God, good thing that didn't happen to me.
That's right. See, and it's like we're enough of a main character to be able to, you know,
honestly,
not fall into that.
I don't even think I am. I haven't earned my main character card yet.
I survived the head-on car collision, and you survived the goddamn deer hitting you on a bike. I think you're the main character. Any non-main character would fucking have perished.
I think I'm a player. I think I'm definitely a player. I'm like a player one, and I'm like, what do they call it? They don't call it the Matrix. What's the other game? Like an MMO, right? An MMORPG. I definitely think I'm a player, but I don't know if I'm the main character.
Bruh.
You know, like I'm not Elon.
Not Elon.
Elon's a main character. Elon is the main character. Tate,
but he exhibits
Tate is a main
NPC
character.
traits. He exhibits traits of an NPC. You know what I'm saying? The guy has
an NPC. I think he's the guy straight up AI.
There you go. That he's got autism. He's got some form of AI autism. Whatever. I don't know if it's diagnosable to like a diagnosable level. But he's got something, man.
Does he though? He's the smartest guy in the world. Is that autism, or are we the ones with autism? We're retarded compared to him, so we call him names. But really, he's the smart one, and he looks at all of us. And he's just like, no, I'm not the one with autism. You're the one with autism, you dumbass. He's the one like using his whole potential and like doing crazy stuff. Same with Tate.
This is true. This is true. I would make an argument that everybody has autism. It's just a matter of how much autism. I'm just kidding. But I also think that
no, everybody has autism. It just depends on how many vaccines you've had.
That's right. Everyone's got the basic level, and then the more vaccines, the higher the autism.
Yeah.
That's why I have trouble communicating. But the with Elon, I think I don't know where because like there's different types of billionaires, right? There's ones clearly that didn't earn it, right? Because just that vast amount of wealth, like you're gonna tell me that the fucking Waltons, like that they're geniuses, like
family billionaires.
Yeah, family billionaires,
family.
So just to put that on the spectrum, like there's billionaires that don't fucking deserve it, that are dumbasses. So I'm thinking this guy that got on the submarine is definitely on that end of billionaires. You know what I'm saying? He probably inherited some shit, or like what the fuck was he even a billionaire for? I don't know. I didn't look that up, but
I don't know.
I'll bet you he was inherited, and that's why this guy didn't have the mental capability to fucking be like, oh, I'm gonna stop my colonizer brain for half a second and be like, no, yeah, I don't think that my life is actually worth conquering a new frontier and being like getting to boast about it for the rest of my life or whatever. It's like, no, I think I'm just gonna, because like there was another guy that backed out right before the sub went down. I don't know if he was a billionaire or not, but he was like had a lot of fucking money to spend on the ticket, and the dude backed out. So I have to assume that everyone was given the same information. Like, yo, this shit has not passed safety. And so this has not done this. This has not done that. And the billionaire that went down there. Hold on one second. There's a train. What's that?
Had that submarine done trips before? Had it gone down there before?
Yeah, it had. I don't think it had gone that, or I think it had gone down there. And then each time it went down, like, the structural integrity of the hull like got lower and lower, and there was some sort of like, it wasn't registered, it wasn't like verified, it wasn't like any sort of anything, because it was like out in international waters, right? So you don't have to have, or I guess the Coast Guard would be the one in charge of like making sure the vessel's fucking seaworthy and shit. But he hadn't done any of that shit, and like everyone knew it. Like everyone that was going on there like knew that this thing is fucking pretty fucking whack, to my understanding. And this is from like a couple things I read and what I saw on TikTok. So it's not, I did by no means did I do a bunch of research, but like that is my understanding of it. And it's like, if that's the case, then homie deserved it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, for sure deserved it. For sure.
Yeah, I saw the headline and it was like 5 people down there. There's a billionaire on there and the submarine gets lost. And I'm just like, who cares? That's the thing that fuck. I'm like, what do you expect, dude? You're going in a submarine to the bottom of the ocean. Like, we don't do that. Okay?
Our bodies are not equipped for that.
We don't do that. Like, I don't know.
I also saw one TikTok where this guy was talking about fucking, like, he was in a U.S. sub off like the coast of like, I don't know, Iran or something. And like, I think an Iranian sub went down in the Persian Gulf. And on the sonar, like everyone knew it went down, but it was down so low that it, like the buoyancy pressure, it doesn't even matter anymore. Even though the thing is full of air, the buoyancy, like you have to keep the sub buoyant. Like once a sub gets on the fucking sea floor, it's no longer buoyant. It's stuck there. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what this guy was saying. He was like, even if we get down to the sub and it's on the floor, there's nothing we can fucking do about it, because the buoyancy, like if you're on the floor, you don't have the ability to like free float. You know what I'm saying? So it's like something about that. So the Iranian sub that was on the ground is like, you could just hear the clinks of people like knocking on the, you know, for like sonar purposes to like see where they were. And then like over time, it got slower and slower, and there was less, and there was, you know, less and less of them. And then it all stopped. And that's obviously because everybody died. But I mean, shit, freezing to death, if that's the way it happens, is not that bad of a way to go. Rapid decompression is probably not that bad either because it's so quick. The only thing that would be shitty is if you're waiting for like 5 days and like you're thinking about it the whole time.
So, well, I heard the thing they found it in pieces or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. They found like the hatch and shit. So that was a fucking. They were fucked. Yeah, pretty
So
quick.
Would you rather go out like this? Would you rather go out in a submarine and there's a leak in the submarine and water is getting in? Or would you rather be in like a space station and there's an air leak and the air is going out into the vacuum of space and go out that
fucking
way?
Definitely the fucking space one. I'm gonna be in space. Excuse me. That's just fucking cooler. Honest to nose, better way to die. Being down, stuck under something, under fucking water sounds terrible.
Yeah, it's a
that
phobia.
Sounds horrifying.
Claustrophobic.
So claustrophobic. At least if I'm in space, I can fucking probably look down and see the Earth one last time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
depends where you're at.
Depends where you're at, but yeah, shit. If you're on the dark side of the moon, that does sound pretty shitty and isolated and terrifying in its own way. But I still think it's better.
The thing down there too, there is no light.
No
right?
light.
Submarine, like there's water getting in. Probably the electrical is all fucked by that time. So there's no light for anything. And if there's water getting in, it's just filling up and pitch black, dude. That's so scary.
That's terrifying. Fuck that. Nah, I'm good. I'm gonna go out in space.
Yeah, I think I'd go out in space too.
Yeah. Speaking of space, speaking of that, you know, a potential scenario that this mission that I'm going to talk about would be preventing outgassing in space. How'd you like that for a fucking segue transition? I literally, this is my thing right here. So there's a new space program that will be looking at solving the issue of near Earth space debris. For that very reason, is because now that we're going to be having manned missions back to the moon, which is coming up in, I think, 2025 or 6 or something. We're going to be putting fucking man back on the moon. Let's fucking get it. We're looking at trying to control the major issue of space debris. So, do you mind if I go into it? Or did you have something else you want to say?
Go into it.
All right.
I was just going to rant about like, I don't know, just something. Egypt, probably.
We can get you back on Egypt. We can go back to Egypt. I have a couple stories if you want to hit an Egypt one.
I don't really have much. I was just gonna rehash a bunch of stuff that I was talking about at work today. So
if you want to hit it now, bro, I can get it.
No. Go into space. Go into space.
All right. So our major issue in space is getting pretty fucking crowded, right?
Is it?
What's up?
Is it though?
Yeah, and I'll explain why. It's not technically really crowded, but it's crowded in a way that fucking affects us. So we've just been launching shit up there pretty willy-nilly for a long time, you know, just kind of like putting shit up there with like chemical rockets that run out, essentially. Over time, they run out. So typically what you want to try to do if your shit is about to run out is you just kind of use the last bit of fuel that you have to fucking launch yourself back into the atmosphere to try to burn your shit up. You know what I'm saying? So that really has not, I believe that is an established practice now, but for a very long time, it was not. And so you have a lot of dead satellites out there, you know, satellites that don't serve a purpose, that are just in a, you know, over time, they're in a decaying orbit, but you know, before they fully decay, there's a lot of opportunity for interaction between these satellites, and there's enough there. It's kind of like a fucking domino effect or a snowball effect. There were a few satellite collisions, you know, in the early days, not by choice, obviously, by accident, and that first one scatters debris, right? Scatters a lot of debris for this certain orbital plane in this distance. And those smaller pieces of mass have less mass, so they kind of just tend to stay in the orbit that they're at. Whereas, some of the satellites over time will get pulled in due to the gravity, but I mean, it's negligible for these tiny particles. And tiny particles can cause big problems in space. And over time they have it. There's been like a cascade kind of newer satellites being influenced by these fields of debris that, if you're either launching up to a certain altitude, or if you're or if you're maneuvering in your orbit at all or whatever, and you happen to come across like this patch of shit, you're basically fucked. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's gonna fuck up your machine, and then that can cause, further, extenuation of these particle fields. And it's become such a issue now that it's been rated as an actual concern to spaceflight by whatever, I don't know, the body or whoever decided it, but this directive has kind of come down. And there is a new startup company out of, where are they out of? I think they're out of the UK, called Astroscale. Astroscale, what they're doing is they're trying to get basically ahead of the issue and intervene on by sending up their own satellite that basically fucking grabs old satellites and fucking hucks them into the atmosphere. So it's pretty fucking dope. I believe they have like a grappling hook of some sort. Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, so they have a grappling hook, and then they just fire their fucking thrusters to do like a centrifuge motion to get the thing spinning. And then they like release it at a certain point to fucking fling it back into the atmosphere so it burns up. So theoretically, what the goal is here is to let me just read. I kind of already touched that, did that. The new company called Astroscale has a plan to grab old satellites and push them in the atmosphere where they will burn up, thus posing no risk to future travel. ELSAM, which stands for End of Life Services, which is a pretty badass name, is designed to couple with an existing satellite, force it into a lower orbit, and make it re-enter more quickly. This will be the first satellite to boost itself up to another orbit for a second rendezvous and deorbit the second satellite as well. It's unclear how many of these projects a single ESLA-M satellite can take on, but the multiple is in its name, implies more than one. So this little fucking thing is going to be like jumping from old satellite to old satellite and launching them into the atmosphere to clean up space. And it's like, imagine if Elon could fucking work that in with his Starlink launches, and we could just start launching these de-orbiting satellites with like Starlink in some sort of sustainable way. We're going to fucking clean up shit in no time, and then we'll be able to travel risk-free in the future. Bada boom. Space tourism, space fucking exploration for the common man will become safe and doable and reasonable. That is a reason to be optimistic about the future. And that's that one. Let's see here. Then I got one on Hawking radiation, which they basically like reproved, but they changed it a little bit. And then I got one on Saturn James Webb Space Telescope yet again, making another fucking breakthrough observation, which is just legendary. So I don't know if you want to listen to those or if you want to fucking go off on some Egypt.
I gotta grab something real quick.
I'm gonna get another beer. Okay.
Oh, I got a Mr. Producer. You make the best shows, Mr. Producer. You got all them hoes, Mr. Producer. You bring the feeling, Mr. Producer, to the emergency meeting. Okay. Okay. I do not know where anything is anymore. Can't find none. It's all good though. I don't know, dude. Egypt.
How's work?
I don't even want to rant anymore. I'm all talked out. I ranted earlier.
You ranted a little bit. You got on a little ranty poo. So I can cover this, or we could talk about our big development for next week. Should we save that? I mean, we can discuss. So what I'm planning on doing is putting a bunch of shit on the Google Drive or on the, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I'm listening.
And basically, I'm gonna have a list of topics essentially to hit. And so I think, didn't you say having the angle switch back the view, like that's better for clipping on TikTok? The Zoom setting where.
So I don't know if you can see it on your phone, but I'm going to gallery mode right now. Does it show both of us or just me?
I mean, on my phone, it just shows you and me, but it.
So on YouTube and for me, it shows both of us. But when I go to speaker, I click on speaker, it only shows who is speaking at the time. And that's better for clipping stuff. So that's what sometimes if we're both doing stuff, I'll go into gallery. Sometimes, usually when you're going in your science segments and you're giving like a long talking point, then I'll go into speaker.
Okay.
And that's usually what I leave it at is speaker. It's easier.
Okay, cool.
It fills up the whole screen.
Okay, cool.
And then, so like, if you say something, it'll flash to you. When I say something, it'll flash to me. So, yeah.
All right, perfect. So I think we should just like kind of just keep it an interview, not really do any segments, and just kind of like do it like that.
We have a guest. Yeah, we don't need any segments or anything like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
Okay, cool. And then yeah, so I would like be uploading some shit to the Google Drive, and then I'd be like, can you play this for us or whatever? And you think you'd be able to do that? I mean, it's just kind of like your Mr. Producer stuff you've already done. So I'm just kind of imagining that wouldn't be an issue, right?
Is the guest giving you anything to put in the Google Drive, or is it all your own stuff?
All my own shit.
Okay.
I'm gonna like screen record stuff off of like TikTok and like, cause she did this whole thing, this show called Gutted, which is like an actual show, but it's like YouTube. It's like a YouTube show. No, she's on season 2, and I don't think season 2 is out yet. But it's like
she's not on season 1.
No, season 1 was like a bunch of big ass YouTubers, like huge YouTubers from the van life community, like people with like millions and millions of followers, all put together.
Not millions followers on TikTok.
Yeah, and like I mean, but like on YouTube too, like Karen, Nate, fucking Eamon and Beck. It's like all of these, people that have like, just like they're like established. Like I'm not saying Nikita's not established, but it's like, they do numbers like on all on everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it was legit, and I want to try to get some footage from that and like play that and talk to her about Gutted and what that was like compared to like what that production is like compared to like producing a YouTube video. Because like I don't know if you follow her shit, but she pretty frequently is consistently putting out YouTube videos. So I'm just gonna have like some clips and stuff of her content basically to like show and play. Unless you don't think that's worth the time.
No, we could do that.
Okay.
Well,
I want it. What's that?
That sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really have any. This was like your guest you're bringing on. So I brought
No,
on.
I know. Yeah,
I brought on what's his name.
What's up?
I brought on what's his name.
Yeah, you got the big boy. What the why can't the fuck can't I think of his name? I cannot fucking think of his name. But yeah, so this will be chill. This will be chill. I don't know, I'm thinking like probably 30, 45 minutes, something like that. Maybe an hour.
However long it takes.
Yeah. Perfect. Perfect. Shit, what else? I think that's pretty much it. As long as like, I mean, this works now. I don't have connection issues really anymore. So that shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, dude. It's gonna be dope. I'm gonna try and think of like, you know, good clippable things that are gonna be like multi-platform like ways of doing it. You know what I'm saying?
I heard about some AI clippage where you can save your video and then upload it to a program. They call it an AI, but it'll auto clip like certain exciting segments.
Okay.
And then you can take those clips and then like run it through another AI, which will automatically put like nice subtitles, not like TikTok subtitles where it's like the small like CCTV subtitles,
Yeah.
but like legit, you know, like the big ones that pop up so people can read it. Cause I do that a lot actually. I'll be watching like Instagram reels or TikToks with my volume down, and like there's a business guy and whoever does his editing will like do the subtitles as he's talking.
That way you know why, bro?
And it's muted.
Fucking average American spends 8 hours a day at fucking work. You can watch that shit with subtitles at work, baby. Let's fucking go. It's genius. It's like, how can we get people more fucking engaged? Oh, let them watch this shit at work with fucking subtitles. Like, that's something Vine didn't have. You couldn't watch Vines with fucking subtitles on them. It's like, dude, it's such a potent goddamn.
Yeah.
Such a potent app.
Like, I'll be standing in line somewhere and like I don't want to just have my phone just playing noises when I'm standing.
What the fuck?
Being like,
I don't want
like a lot of times I don't even want to hear the noise myself, you know, when I'm at home. So
yeah,
but
yeah, bro.
So there's stuff like that. You know, I've tried to like clip up. Like I actually only tried it one time to be honest, but it took so much time and effort to clip up that one podcast. Like, because my computer is not the fastest computer either. To like each one of these were like 2 to 3 hours, right? And taking that big ass file and then putting it in a whole program and clipping, like scrolling through it, clipping 30 seconds, and then having my computer try and like render that down. Like it just takes forever. And then to transfer it from my computer, upload it to a drive, go on my phone, download it from the drive. You know, it just fucking takes time and hell of time to where like I don't have that time to do that.
I feel you, bro. I feel you.
I wish I did, but we ain't making no money, so we need something so I can just do that all day.
Yeah,
and hit that's going to be another subscribe and like button, everybody.
Hit that subscribe and like button.
We're only reading super chats from now on, so you could be in the chat room typing all you want, but if you ain't super chatting, hitting that donate button, then we're not reading.
Pay to play, baby. Pay to play.
The boy needs to get paid. He just had to buy the new Zoom subscription, dude.
Oh, I'll send you money. I'll send you a check in the mail.
No.
Why?
I don't want it in the mail, dude.
I don't have. I gotta get my Cash App working again. Still got Cash App?
Send me Bitcoin.
Bitcoin boy.
Or Monero.
I'll send you I was gonna say something that would probably get us flagged, so I won't say that. But
okay, we'll do that.
Fire.
We'll talk about that off air.
Yeah, we'll talk about it off air.
You know, we're one of the few live podcasts. There's not many podcasts that are live anymore. Joe doesn't go live anymore. All of his stuff is recorded and then they post it after they edit. They'll edit stuff out on Joe's podcast.
This is show business, baby. We doing this shit live like it's
Do this.
Broadway.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Fuck it, we will do it live, man. Fuck it, I'm out.
We don't even
Really
have
big.
like a 7-second delay on this biatch. This is
Nah, man.
live.
And we have not been canceled yet, boy. Let's fucking go. Uncancelable.
I don't know if they cancel anymore. I think they just shadow ban nowadays.
Oh, shadow ban. We might be that. We might be shadow banned.
Rich in the chat, he didn't super chat it, but he remembered Buster Johnstone. My bad, Buster.
Buster, dude. I'm sorry, Buster.
We gotta hit Buster up.
Shit. Sorry, Buster.
We gotta hear about what was happening with Buster. He sent his stuff to George Knapp. He sent his book to George Knapp, and then he never came back on after the
Expo.
After the Expo convention, the Alien Con
convention. Shit, man. Hopefully he didn't say the wrong thing to the wrong person and get teleported up there.
He could be locked up, or they might have hit him with the heart attack gun or something, dude.
No,
That's the biggest thing. We got to talk about the whistleblower, dude.
Yeah.
Why did we not talk about the whistleblower already, dude? Have you heard about that guy? What? Dude, you haven't heard about the CIA whistleblower?
Which one? Oh, the alien one?
Grush.
Yeah.
He said that we have in our possession actual craft and bodies. And this guy was like the go-between between like OSAP and ATIP, like the UFO like programs that they researched into like the things people told them, and then the actual like military and intelligence agencies. And so he had the story of John Grush comes from the people that dropped the story in 2017 about the UAPs. The New York Times story, do you remember that in 2017?
Yeah.
December?
Yeah.
So the John Grush story comes from those people. So reputable people. So, I'll believe it. I don't like to be a person that is always like calling BS on everything. I don't like to live my life like that. It takes too much energy to be like, oh no, fuck that. Like if someone comes to me, like I'm just talking about random in general, like out in the world, someone tells me something, I'm going to believe them. I don't have any not to, I don't care enough to call like and take my energy and be like, no, fuck that. That's bullshit when it comes to like shit people tell me out in the world. So, I'm positive. I'm a, what's the opposite of a pessimist?
Optimist.
I'm an optimist. So dude, I want this to be real. And if he says it's real, I think that's fucking sick. But, I love this story. I love the sci-fi story of it, I love the fantasy. But what everybody needs, what the world needs, they need to see it. They need to fucking take one of the bodies and fucking walk it out on the White House lawn and show the entire world that we got a fucking gray alien with a giant head and no hair on its body and big black eyes.
An Asgardian or a fucking whatever they are.
Yeah, there's also multiple races, right? Kyle was on some shit, dude. the Nords,
back on here.
The tall white blonde hair guys, the Nords. That's what they call them. And then there's the Greys and then the reptilians. And okay, so this was a thought that's been going through. I don't know if you read some of my rants in the Libertarian Legends group chat, but sometimes I'll just be on a fucking stimulant rush and just send fucking essays to the.
I do see them. I see them, bro. I read them all.
So this thought was something I was thinking about when it comes about. So like talking about the Anunnaki, right? And like I was talking about earlier, the legends of the Anunnaki says they genetically engineered early hominids to become Homo sapiens. That's a very similar story to what's in the Bible with God creating us in his image.
Right.
And God is not of this ethereal, is it ethereal? Ethereal plane, right? God is something not from Earth. God is an extraterrestrial. He's not from this earth, right?
Right.
He creates us in his image. He takes a rib from Adam to create like a female clone, or genetically altered another Homo sapien, another human, you know?
Yeah.
It's a very similar story. And then you have the ideas, right? They mated with the sons of man, the Anunnaki, and you get the Nephilim, right? And supposedly the Nephilim, there's theories that they were the giants and they were like hyper intelligent, right? And so it got me thinking about like
The Native Americans have that too, the race of giants.
right. I think giants are real. I mean, we have
It's the
midgets.
Sasquatch on and over here. That's what Sasquatch is.
There's midgets in this world. Then there's like really tall, big people. And during the Younger Dryas boundary impact event, all the largest megafauna died in North America. The biggest animals, they weren't able to survive the cataclysm, right? So I don't see why an ape or hominid would be any different. They're too big. They can't go underground in their bunkers like we could. But okay, so imagine this. There's the Anunnaki. They mate with the sons of men. They create this race of hyper intelligent hominids that look like us. These hyper intelligent people, they're smarter, way smarter than the average person. They're the Elon Musks, right? But it's something genetic in them, right? When it comes to maybe it's something genetic that makes them smarter. Maybe it's because genetically they have the cone head, the elongated skulls without the sagittal suture, right? It's not the head binding skulls. It's the skulls that like literally have they found these skulls that have elongated skulls and they don't have a sagittal suture, but the cranial capacity for the brain is massive.
Yeah.
So, and then you have these royal families and these elites, their bloodlines, and you hear these stories of them always interbreeding. Why do they interbreed? Is it because they just want to keep like money in the family? How did they even get to that like power position in the first place? They must have had one of their ancestors be damn smart to put themselves in that power position. What if they're interbreeding because there's an actual like genetic gene that they have that makes them smarter than everyone else? Right, that doesn't have that gene. So there's a
DNA strand. Yep.
They have an ancient they have an ancient gene that literally like they don't want to dilute their bloodline because like there's a physical DNA gene to where if they were to like go and fuck some random bitch, you know,
they would lose their power.
Maybe it's recessive. Maybe it's a recessive gene. And if they do that, they're diluting the bloodline and they lose that in hyper intelligence that they have. So they interbreed, and those elite bloodlines, like they do that and they're actually like, yeah, they have some fuck ups, but that's why they have other families that have that gene too. And they know that, and that they're smarter that way. It could be a real thing. Like intelligence is a very weird thing, but there definitely has to be some genetic
quality.
There has to be some gene that has to deal with like how smart someone is, you know?
Right.
In some regard, you know, and in different ways as well. What do you think about that idea? I think it's a very plausible idea if something like that actually happened with the Anunnaki or God or whatever.
Of course. This is illustrated in the show Stargate. It's like one of the main parts of the show is 1% of the population or whatever has this ancient gene in them, and they're able to operate the ancient technology, which is gene activated. So all of these old technologies, laying in the pyramids, they're all gene activated, and it's such a small percentage of the population, maybe royalty and like all these other ones that have the access to this gene manipulatable technology, that are able to succeed in all these things. You don't have to have the technology part in there. You could just be talking about the gene. No, and I think that's extremely likely.
That could be a real thing too, because like you see all these like weird ancient megalithic structures that we have no idea where they came from or how they're built. Like in Peru, these are found all over the world. They're found in like Peru, like all Lake Titicaca is one. Well, there's one in Saudi Arabia and in Jordan. But what I'm talking about for this example is there are these they carve straight into the rock face like a little doorway, which looks like a little portal. Have you seen those?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
they're all shaped exactly the same.
Yeah.
And they found these all over the world in different random ass places, which are hella hard to get to. And it's the same how they find these jigsaw walls with these stones they stack together, and they don't use mortar. And they're these every single rock is unique, and we don't know how to replicate that too. But in regards to the technology, it might be gene activated. What if those are actual like portals that you would walk through, but like only a select number, if you have that gene, a select number of people can actually activate it. And it's so far, so many thousand years since like this gene was introduced into the gene pool. Like it could be that a lot of the royalty or elites now have like it has been washed out, and
Yeah,
there's
absolutely.
only like a few people that actually have that intelligence gene or that gene to access whatever, and it could be like the heads of the families or something like that,
Yeah.
or maybe not even the head, just like some just the stars have to align, and there's just not many that are around anymore.
The stars have to align. It could be a layman. It could be the guy serving like street food in the Philippines. You know what I'm saying? And he could be like the ancient king, have the DNA of the ancient gods in him. And he hasn't been out into the jungle to access the technology. You know what I mean? Like he hasn't been around it, because in today's day and age, most people live in cities. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that ancient technology is not in the cities of today. They're in the cities of yesterday, which are all in overgrown, unpopulated,
In the middle of nowhere,
areas. Yeah.
stuff where like there's been environmental disasters, and it's like uninhabitable, uninhabited,
Uninhabitable.
it's yeah, what you said. But that too. So, but there could also be an aspect of consciousness, right? So there could be a person that has that gene,
But you
but
have to try to use it.
they might not be doing it right. Like maybe they need to access a higher state of consciousness, and through that they have to be on a psychedelic trip. They have to eat a shit ton of mushrooms to even be vibrating at that conscious frequency, to be able to like stick their hand through that portal and walk through.
Right.
They could have that gene. Maybe everybody has that gene, but maybe you haven't eaten enough mushrooms,
Or
to like blast off.
Maybe that's what like voodoo and all these ancient religions and these like other things, they were practicing how to use that. But since none of them have the gene, it's not effective. But if someone with that gene were to join one of these sects of these religions that teaches this ancient practice of this control, like a Buddhist monk or something, and they have that gene, and maybe they can focus it. So if like, I'll bet you that's where it's happening, is in like a Buddhist monastery, which is pretty much the same, maybe since ancient times. Buddhist monasteries are out in those areas where there could be ancient technology, and they are doing the willful part of it. And maybe one of them comes along one day that actually has the gene, and then it's like a perfect storm.
And maybe the only people that can access it are like a firstborn, right? Maybe it's only the firstborn son can do it. So that's why like in the Bible you hear about like them going into whatever Jewish settlement or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, go kill all the firstborns," because those the firstborns are the ones with the power.
Yeah.
It could be something like that too. But it is weird. I guess I kind of did get into what I wanted to talk about, not necessarily Egypt. All that stuff is found in Egypt and in that area too. That's kind of more what I wanted to talk about, was you see all these anomalies that are exactly the same in these megalithic structures, and they're found all over the world, and no one has a fucking clue where they came from, what they did, and they all look the same, and they're just like carved straight out of rock. Like it's not like they stack stones to build these things too. Like I'm specifically talking about like these portal doorway things.
Sure.
Like they just literally just carve them out of rock. and you see like the same shit in like there's like one of them in Saudi Arabia, one of them in Jordan, just like in the middle of the desert. They just
Inside of you? In you? In Jordan?
It's my life goal to go visit these things, dude. I want to be like an Indiana Jones so bad, but someone donate, someone send a super chat, please. So I can get.
I can go. Someone send me one super chat so I can go to Egypt, please.
I will video and make so much content. Well, not just Egypt. I want to go to Egypt. I want to go to Machu Picchu, Sacsayhuaman. I want to go to that stone city in Saudi Arabia or Jordan. It's either one of those. You know what I'm talking about? Where it's like the super elegant carved straight out of the rock.
Yeah.
I want to go to.
Dude, they have that in New Mexico too.
Is it that quality? Is it that?
Yes.
In New Mexico?
Yes.
What's that one called?
Dude, look it up right now, bro. I just saw some shit.
What's it called?
It was one of those fake ones, like where they show like Sacramento and then they show like a picture of Greece, like it's Sacramento.
I haven't heard, dude. If there's one in New Mexico, I'm going.
Dude, we should both go. We should meet up there. It's like right in the middle.
I know there's always carvings. The first one I see on Google is in Los Alamos, but
shit, I don't have. I mean, I can try to pull it up on my computer. That might fuck with my connection though.
No, don't worry about it. Just, do you know any like keywords I can type in?
Fuck, look in like carved city, American Southwest, like rock city carved out of rock. I don't think it was that. Okay, so it probably wasn't that quality, but it had like houses in it, like carved into it and shit.
I see one like this here. Let me pull this one up. Like this. Is this the one you're referring to?
Yes, that's the one.
This is all stacked stone. This is what bricks.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay, it's not carved. Okay.
Yeah, you can see it's bricks.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. Oh, it is bricks. It for sure is.
But then there's
okay for sure.
But this is what I was talking about. It's Petra in Jordan. But there's also one in Saudi Arabia too. This one's a little bit different. It's not like the portal I was talking about.
Oh shit, yeah. That's the one from Transformers.
Yeah, so this is a single block of rock carved.
Yeah, that's fucked. That's insane.
I'm gonna do this. Oops. This is what I'm specifically talking about, though. This one.
Holy fuck.
There we go. You see, like, so this is giant rock, and they just carved like fucking doorways in it.
It's ridiculous.
And then I guess it's a little different than the one I was thinking of in Peru. Let's see, Peru portal. Aman Muru. This one.
Oh shit. Where's this one's in Peru?
This one's Peru. Is this zoomed in enough? Damn, why can't I zoom in on this?
Damn, they're trying to get you to buy a book and shit. Wow, it's fucking nuts.
Oh, there we go. Can you see that?
Dude, yes.
So they like this style, this shape of like carved out of rock is like found all over, like in a bunch of different areas.
Damn. Dude. That's wild.
It's about how the size of it. So what people will do, they'll like go and like face first, go sit in it, and touch the walls, and they say they feel like some vibrational of sort.
I'm sure it's there for a reason, bro. Why would you just put a door randomly? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like not even that deep, too.
Yeah, it's more of like a resonance, like like a harmonious, physical location where
That is the one by Lake Titicaca, Aramuru.
nice.
Other rock carvings like Aramuru. Aramu. Aramuru. Aramu Muru. Okay, there it is. Aramu. Puma Punku. That's the one I was thinking of too. Like,
Nice.
like, have you heard of like the megalithic structure at Lake Titicaca?
I have not.
There are these guys. They've done tests on these rocks, and it's not like a normal rock, dude. It's like they like Russian concrete, or not Russian, Roman concrete.
Yeah.
Like it's something like that, but like
Wow.
way older, and like they made these solid pieces, and everything was like knocked down when they found it, like pushed over. And there are these at this spot right here. This one's Tiwanaku. It's called the Gate of the Sun. There's other pieces of this like megalithic site that have like blast explosion shit on it. Like imagine there's like an atomic blast and it hits this rock and it like fries and melts part of the rock.
It's got residue on it.
It's like that on other parts of the and everything there was like knocked over. Like you imagine the force it would take to knock over something like that.
Oh yeah, that's incredible.
So yeah, and then like this is a cool website. They got like can you see this right here? All these
penises?
it shows like I wish I could like point and show you where I'm pointing, but I have the mouse. But like you see like these stones, how they fit perfectly together, no mortar or anything. And they're earthquake proof. That's not one of them, but like this right here. This is the one I'm talking about. That can you see this?
Barely, but yeah, that's like the most amazing
Like
stonesmanship in like ever.
Like look how uneven. Try and follow my mouse. Like look how uneven the top surfaces of these bottom stones are, and they literally take the top rock and fit it to the bottom rock, and it's so uneven. It's not a straight brick. Like this one over here where my mouse is, dude, it literally goes up and then like it's jagged back down, but then the rock above it fits into it perfectly. And then like these corners over here, like it goes like this and then down and then over. Like this right here, this one, okay, look, that's kind of like a normal brick laying. You would see something like that. But this, where you like come over and down and it's like a cutout of the rock above it.
Yeah. That's insane. That's absolutely insane.
Like I would love to go around. Here's another view. I would love to go around and like visit these sites like they do, like the Ancient Alien guys do, and like just take pics of them and talk.
Hell yeah, dude.
While I got this one up, let's see. I got to go to Saksue Huaman. Saksue Huaman. Oh, it's a tiny pic. Look how big these stones are, dude. These are like 60-ton stones.
And that's ridiculous.
Like fucking jigsawed together like a puzzle piece. No mortar, earthquake proof. Like, how is that built? We can't do that today. These are like granite stones. It's like some of the hardest stones you could make.
It's insane.
Carve.
That is incredible.
And then here's what, like, they build doorways.
You could imagine that this is the foundation for something, and then they had like wooden structures on top of it that were just, immaculately constructed as well.
So this style of megalithic building, stone building, they have at Machu Picchu too. And it's the bottom of, it's like the older stuff there too. Yeah. And then they came after, like the Aztecs or whoever came after, and then built on top of it. And you could tell that they like took stones that you could pick up using whatever primitive tools or their hands at the time. And then you could tell like it's uneven and it doesn't fit the same as these big ass stones where everything is perfect. Like the older the shit is, the more perfect it is. It's crazy. Well, I'm trying to find a good pic where it shows like how much of these walls are. It's a big site. You see? Can you see that one?
Oh yeah, and that's why that's what's left.
Let me pull up one of Machu Picchu real quick. Dude, this bar up here, I can't click on my tabs. There we go. Can you see that bar when it pops down?
I can see the tabs.
It's like the Zoom bar. I don't know if it shows, but it like
no, I just see the tabs.
It covers all the stuff I need to click on. Machu Picchu. So Machu Picchu is like way up in the fucking sky, right?
Yeah.
And they all have these here's a good one. They all have what the fuck? They all have like these stone like knobs on them too. Can you see where my mouse is?
Yeah.
They have like these knobs built into them on like some of the, not all the stones, but a lot of them. And they find like the same building technique everywhere. They find this Machu Picchu, Sacsayhuaman, which is Bolivia, or I don't know. Peru. Machu Picchu's Peru.
Yes.
Sacsayhuaman. I gotta look that up. We're on the pod. It's in Peru too. But there's another country in South America where they have it. They find this in Egypt. They found this stone structures built like this in Japan as well.
Really?
Yeah. So here's a good example right here. This is a great example. So the stuff, can you see this one?
Yeah.
Down here, we have perfect architecture, perfect building technique. Everything fits seamlessly together. In geology, right, the older stuff is lower in the sediment layers, right?
Sure.
Building, you build from the ground up, right? The foundation is first. The perfect rocks right here are the foundation. They fit perfectly together. Smooth-faced rocks, no mortar or anything. And then stuff that was built after, yeah, they're big rocks. They're not as big, though, and none of them fit perfectly together. They have big rocks that they stack, and then they fill the gaps with small rocks.
Yeah.
And you can see that over here. It's pretty small on your phone, but they have like this big-ass perfect rock wall. Megalithic. This is like the ancient megalithic wall. And then next to it, they have a tinier wall. And it's all like the Aztec or Inca. I gotta learn my fucking time periods. Aztec or Inca.
Yeah.
It's the Inca building where they came in and then rebuilt on top of it. Because underneath right here, you can see where my mouse is, or for people watching on YouTube, they got the big stones right here, fit perfectly, seamlessly together. Then on top of it, it's like someone played Lincoln Logs. It's wild, dude.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, here's a great one. Here's another example. Like we have the wall, the perfect rocks on the bottom, and then up top, less perfect architecture.
Yeah.
You can see where my mouse is right here. They use smaller rocks to fill in the gaps, which that's great. Like that's a great building technique if that's what you're doing, but it's not even close to the same level of precision as the stuff at the bottom in the bigger rocks.
Right.
So
True.
I find that stuff like just so fucking.
It's compelling, dude. It's compelling.
Well, here's another good example. I'll get off this, but like down here, you could tell the type of rock is different too, or it might be the same type of rock, but the finish of the rock. If you could see on this, I'll zoom in. This rock, like the face of this rock, the ones that fit perfectly together, the finish on it's smooth. Or at least looks smooth in the picture. I don't know, like actually touching if it would be smooth or not.
Oh yeah, no,
but then you look at the stuff built on top of it up here, like that stuff is not smooth, like it's jagged, you know?
Right. Yeah, the same process was not used in both the stacking and the finishing of the rock.
Yeah. And they don't fit together. Not like the lower rocks. And the lower rocks that fit together perfectly are bigger, way bigger. It's like not even close in size of like, how did they even move these things? This is a Machu Picchu wall. Let's see. Like look at that precision.
Incredible.
And then let me do when I'm selling these walls real quick. Hold on. Let me pull up Egypt and Japan. Oh, here's one that does everything. That shows everything. Shows 4 different places. They got Peru. They got the knobs. You see the knobs? Like stacking the foundation of the pyramid in Egypt right here. This guy's standing next to Turkey. They got these big rocks that fit together. Italy. Stonewall. Let me do Japan real quick. Like Japan, how do they do that in Japan, dude? See, there's some here stacked in Japan that are like not nearly as good. Oh, here's the one in Tokyo. This was taken over and they built a castle. They used it and turned it into a castle. That's not a good photo. That I don't even know if that's
no, but you can tell it's the same technique with the fitting.
But I was gonna say, like, I don't even know if that's Japan or not. Like, who knows? It's just a picture of some stuff.
I mean, it's pretty tough to get a picture with context of just a wall.
But they that one's Peru. They do a episode on Ancient Aliens where they go to the Japanese place. Anyways. Oh yeah, here.
Oh man, you make a compelling argument. You make a pretty solid case.
Yeah, so I'm gonna stop sharing. I forgot. I was like talking and doing hand gestures and stuff, and I didn't even realize you can't even see me.
I think I could still. No, I don't know. Anyway,
does my little face pop up in the corner?
I think it did. Yeah.
But so I've been like going down a rabbit hole of energy and frequencies and resonance frequencies. So like I'm not talking about like energy in the terms of like, I don't know, like conventional physics and mathematics in terms, but
Okay, metaphysics.
the two, well, the two, well, I'm not talking about like doing math on stuff because I don't
Right.
know how to do that. But the two that come to mind for me and from is like sound frequency and electromagnetic frequency, right?
Right.
They both have waves, you know,
So
and
does light. Yeah.
see they do those sound experiments where like you could play you lay the sand on like a tray and you play a sound frequency from underneath and it makes
Yep.
these amazing designs.
It levitates in some circumstances.
So
It can levitate particles.
I think we talked about this in the last podcast, in a previous podcast, about like, so I went to the Exploratorium in San Francisco and I got to do that sound frequency thing as an experiment you could do at the museum there. But I always see people only doing like that one frequency. What if you get two frequencies that resonate together and then they create that spike in energy? Or what if you do three or four or five or like whatever? Or I think maybe three might be the sweet spot, you know, because we live in a 3D world. The Holy Book is the Father, Son, the Holy Ghost. Three is a sacred number. Maybe if you hit three and get a resonant frequency where they all like hit that resonance and the energy spike, then you could like levitate, you know, something that, you know, you have to have a medium that you're dealing with that is attuned to whatever that those frequencies would be. But like, do we have any experience doing that with light in the electromagnetic spectrum? And
yeah.
then
So yes. The answer is yes. Lasers have been used because lasers are a sustained wavelength. That's why they're always a certain color. Have light, you know, or white light or whatever light is just light that is mixed all the wavelengths. Lasers are specific wavelengths, so they have that waveform.
Your network bandwidth is low. Don't go too far from the Wi-Fi.
Okay, my bad. Am I back?
You're back. Yeah, you're back. It got small and choppy for a sec.
Okay. Lasers have been used. God damn it. Okay, I'm just gonna put it like that. Lasers have been used for doing the cross section, like you're talking about, two sources, and levitating and manipulating particles. That has happened. That is confirmed possible. So you are on the right track, my friend. You are thinking in the right direction.
So lasers are cool and all. Yeah, it's a specific, sustained, like precise wavelength, right? But we do the same thing with sound, but it's only certain frequencies of sound that create that, you know,
resonance
with the and resonance with the sand, you know. So like, I feel like we need to find like that certain wavelength of the electromagnetic spectrum that could do the same thing, dude. And I bet the military already fucking knows this. They have to know this, dude. If they know that shit about sound, they have to know it about light. And then what else has waves? Gravity waves. So, you know, I feel like there's a huge missing key when it comes to tapping into that resonance in that. Because have you ever seen the diagram of like the sound frequency and where it spikes, where there's resonance?
Yeah.
Let me try and pull up a graph just for YouTube. What is that chart where they graph it out called?
Like a seismograph or something?
Resonance.
Sonograph?
I guess this is a pretty basic. Oh, right here. I guess this is a good way to show it. this isn't like the whole picture, but it's good. Amplitude, frequency, and then like there's a resonant frequency where you get this huge spike, right?
Right.
It's like a huge release of energy or something where something happens, right? Because you can't have too much. You have to hit it precise. You have to have the precise like mixture and blend, right? To get that resonant frequency. So if they can do that with sound to do things, like what if they're able to do it with like multiple frequencies, hit it all at once, the object could float. Like if they hit a fucking quartz crystal or something and get it to vibrate a certain way, or they do it with light, they could do something, or like do it with gravity, but then there's levels. I feel like sound is like elementary school, electromagnetic spectrum's high school, and then like doing shit with gravitational waves is like PhD stuff. We're not even there yet.
No, not even close.
But basically, I feel like as a civilization, there's like a huge opportunity right here to where if we are able to like understand this better, this resonance like frequency spike when it comes to waves in different mediums, sound, light, gravity, like I feel like there's something there that we could really like utilize and like go boom and just take off as a species if we're able to like figure that out.
Yeah. And so what this graph is representing, that what that spike of the resonance frequency is representing is energy, right? So frequency and amplitude are both, this graph is put in terms of energy. Mm-hmm. So the energy spikes, and what we know about energy is that energy is equal to mass times the speed of light squared. So if you can take energy, whether that's energy from sound, which is just energy from air, basically, we don't have sound without air. So if you can harness the resonance frequency of air, which is what sound is, that's the medium through which sound occurs, is air. So if you can master the resonance frequency of air, if you can master the resonance frequency of water, if you can master the resonance frequency of, essentially, like you said, light and gravity, there's all these different levels to it. But all of these wave-based phenomenon, since they're wave-based, are all subject to this graph right here, the resonance frequency graph. Right. They're all subject to that. So I agree with you 100%. If we can look into all of these different directions and these mediums and these waves and the mediums through which these waves are traveling, and if we can look at amplifying and mastering that energy, then yes, 100%, we can do things that are going to be fucking insane that we can't even fathom right now.
Potential. That's the word I was looking for. Potential. There is so much potential right here that we're not tapping into. There's so much that can be done, but most people don't even know about it. Everyone, like, especially like new age hippies and stuff, they're like, oh, vibes.
So Jordan,
vibes, frequency, this, but a lot of them don't even understand like what this is and talk about it like how we're talking about it.
So let's just come up with something randomly. Watch. Okay, so what's something that creates frequency and amplitude? A blowhorn. So we know that a blowhorn, if you play it next to a wine glass, can explode it if you hit the right frequency.
Yeah,
right. Amplitude. Right. So yeah, and an opera singer. But it's even easier if you have a trumpet or a flute or some sort of, not a flute, but some sort of amplifying device.
Mm-hmm.
And you can pull up videos right now of sonic levitation. Just put that in, dude. Just put in.
I've seen that.
Sonic levitation. It exists already. So imagine an ancient world where instead of us levitating grains of sand, which is what this video is going to be, probably sonic levitation of little grains of sand.
Ping pong balls.
Yeah. Little tiny things, right?
I've seen this guy's doing it with like a crumpled piece of paper or something.
Yeah. Something, or a rock, maybe. I don't know. That's pretty impressive.
It's like a piece of like lightweight wrapper. Foil.
If you look at the small things like the sand, you can the pebbles, there you go. Whatever. So imagine that, but
World's most powerful sonic tractor beam levitate its biggest cache.
so imagine. Yeah, well, let's watch this and then we'll
Hold on, let me I gotta stop the share and do audio real quick.
Rotate and use loudspeakers to create high pressure shapes out of sound. Acoustic holograms that can hold, rotate, and even move objects in midair. But for years, researchers have struggled to levitate objects larger than half the wavelength of the sound.
Oh shit.
Using a single acoustic vortex, researchers have only been able to levitate teeny tiny objects about 1.6 millimeters wide. Larger items spin uncontrollably and are ejected. Now a team of engineers has figured out how to levitate objects more than 10 times that size. Using 192 loudspeakers, they created 2 vortexes that pulse in alternating bursts of a few milliseconds each. This technique stops the objects spinning, which makes them more stable and allows the researchers to levitate objects
all right, pause it here.
Wavelength of the.
So imagine instead of little tiny speakers, you have some massive wind-powered horns. And I'm not talking about just your normal horn. I'm talking about the ones that are made out of brass, which you can make out of brass, which the Egyptians had, access to brass. And a lot of the ancient world had access to brass. It's one of the earlier, or bronze or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? The manipulatable metal. Imagine you have a horn that is angled to catch the wind. Okay, so when the wind comes through, it catches this wind and it sends out this like a massive one. Who knows how big? Who knows how big they were able to build these? Imagine how big the pyramids are. And instead of a little tiny ball, you have a bunch of these horns all pointed that you can manipulate. And that's how you moved those rocks and stones up, was through a wind-powered acoustic levitation. If you were able in Egypt, who knows, maybe the trade winds used to blow through there or something. Who knows? Maybe they had access to this wind and they could focus it through these horns and manipulate material with acoustic levitation. It's fully possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And they could use it like in the graph, we see that spike in energy. They could focus it and maybe carve the rock. You see those giant, I'm drawing a blank. Those pillars, those columns, what do they call them?
Obelisks?
The obelisks that are like 1,000 tons.
Yeah.
Single piece of rock that they carve out of the ground. Yeah. Like, how did they cut the granite so precise for the, have you seen the underground, dude? Oh man. I've been not getting a lot of sleep lately. My brain, what's it called, dude? What are those casks called?
An esophagus?
Esophagus, bro. Yes.
I've been drinking for 30 days, bro. I'm fucking
my guy, I've been drinking. I've been smoking this fucking geek.
Turned into a fucking geek,
dude. I don't even remember vocabulary anymore. The esophagus. They have, I forget the temple it's in, but they have these underground esophaguses, which they don't even understand. Like,
oh wait, sorry, not an esophagus, a sarcophagus.
Yeah, sarcophagus.
Sarcophagus.
Well, maybe they use their esophagus to create a sound that they amplified.
True. There we go.
So, but I forget what temple it is, but there's a temple in Egypt where they have a bunch of them. They have these underground sarcophagi.
Yeah.
That are they're massive. They don't even understand how they got it there because the entrance is too small to even get these giant sarcophagi in there. And it's made from like the hardest type of granite that you could even get. And it's cut so precise and it's so level that people question if we can even do it with our best instruments today, let alone like move it to and place it like the hallways. You can't even like get them down the hallways and turn the corner to get them where they placed it. It's so wild.
Yeah.
But so with that sonic levitation, what they're doing with a bunch of different speakers, what I don't think they're doing, they're like they got it at a certain like frequency they're playing it at. But I don't see where I say there's potential in that resonance spike. I don't think they're like tapping into that resonance potential to levitate that stuff. I think they're just blasting it with a certain frequency, or maybe two frequencies, like they're saying, or like two different times to get it to stop spinning, like they said. But I don't think they're actually like tapping into that resonant potential energy right there, because that's kind of hard to find that spike. It's a small area. It's not like it's a big spot within that frequency wavelength.
Right. Right. And I'm not totally sure either. I think there's probably it's probably somewhere up towards the top of that graph, just because it can actually manipulate physical things. Because that takes energy, man. That's a lot of fucking energy to do something physical with something that's really not that physical. You know what I'm saying? Like that is a fucking shitload of energy. I do not know. I do not know that answer, but
that ball they said, was it like 15 millimeters or something like that, the biggest one? But we don't know what that's made of. It could be made out of like styrofoam.
Right. True.
And it could, and I don't know. I don't think it was for that experiment, but like when we're talking about lightweight stuff like styrofoam, it could just be the wind coming out of the speaker, like doing certain stuff to it.
So technically, that's all sound is wind. Sound is just like the air molecules getting compressed and like moving down the road. Like that's sound in this context, like that we're talking about it, I think, unless you're talking about some different, like, because there is energy other than
I'm just
sound.
talking, what I was talking about was just like, I could take a styrofoam ball and like, you take the ping pong ball and a straw and you blow it up, and you can, if you hold it right up, you could levitate it.
Right.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, but that is wind. But when you think about it, like a speaker, how does a speaker make noise, right? A speaker make noise because there's that diaphragm on it that goes up and down and compresses the air in a certain way to make waves that sound like, just the way that we're doing it. So it's like those speakers that are there are vibrating in a certain way that air in between the speaker and the ball, that air is somehow affecting that ball. So it is kind of wind, I think, in this video. So I think what you're talking about is the non-wind part of it, which would be like another level of energy deeper. That would be like light energy. You know what I mean? Because like, but I don't know. Again, I have no idea how the mechanism for that levitation that's actually working in that video. But like, that just goes to show you, like, we were just talking about a concept and it's like, damn, that's kind of like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, where it's pretty close, which is kind of cool that we live in a time where like that shit is going on. So we're getting back to it. We're getting back to potentially good ancient knowledge. We're getting close. We're in that direction.
There's also a train of thought that also had another medium or whatever you want to call it. We really don't know much about it, but that also has waves, or potentially can have waves or something. I don't really know, because no one really knows, but it's consciousness.
Yeah.
Like much like how we have radio antennas, there's theories that our brain is actually an antenna to consciousness, and there's actually like you're raising your vibration, through like whatever, psychedelics, meditation, breathing techniques, just becoming smarter and more, whatever which way, but there's some people that say like there's consciousness, or there's waves in consciousness too, or there's that the consciousness medium has waves. I don't know. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let me talk about a theoretical here. So imagine a human brain, right? We have thoughts. We have this thing that we call consciousness, which is consciousness has to be some sort of attached to biochemical energy. It has to be some sort of chemical and electronic interaction, right? Because we have neurons that send electrons, between them, which means that anything that can manipulate an electron, which is, light, essentially, these these subatomic particles, anything that can manipulate these things in terms of waves could potentially manipulate the brain and manipulate consciousness, right? So if consciousness is indeed based on these types of things that are manipulatable, then you theoretically could manipulate them and have some end result that results in, us having a conscious experience that is created by that external thing. So imagine a human brain that is a human brain has an extra organ in it, or an extra part of like the cerebellum or some like tumor or something maybe, that actually has, the ability to release electrons, right? So it has the ability to like basically send out a pulse or send something out and receive something back. So it's like in terms of telepathy or something like that. All it would take is an organ, like a shark has. Like a shark has an organ that sends out electronic pulses and it gets them back. And it has like birds have a certain sensory organ in their brain that lets them sense the magnetic field. So
some people like some what do they call them? Neuroscientists?
Neurologists?
Some of them I've heard that humans might have that too, but to a lesser, we don't rely on it.
So it got smaller and smaller,
like birds do for when they're migrating, but it's found in like most living organisms that have like a brain as for their central nervous system.
Right. So just imagine having like one of those, like that organ be, something that allows you to.
I got a side comment on that.
No, go for it.
No, it's just what you were describing, like gave me this idea. What if the reason everything is getting so crazy nowadays, like I bet you've heard of people talk about like the CERN, the Large Hadron Collider, they did something, they opened, now we're in a different parallel timeline. Now civilization's going crazy, Trump's president, like everything's going to shit. What if that's not the case, but something similar, everything's going to shit because we all do have that in our brains, right? And the fucking pole's flipping. The magnetic pole shifting. That's a real thing, dude. It's going faster and faster every year. Magnetic north is not anywhere close to true north anymore. And every year that shit's speeding up. And so what if like it's just throwing everybody for a loop and our equilibrium's off?
It could be, dude. 100% could be. 100%.
And then what if it flips and it goes back to where it was like before, and we're in the new era, or whatever the ancients called it back in the day, and we get our fucking superpowers back and we start to levitate shit. What if now? Have you seen Full Metal Alchemist, the original anime? Not Brother.
I've tried to start that so many times.
I want to say some stuff, but you should watch it. It's good.
I just started One Piece, bro. You can say something. I won't get around to it for a while. I'll probably forget.
One Piece you're never going to be done with. There's like 3 episodes.
I know.
Do you want me to spoil the original
Full Metal?
Full Metal?
Go for it.
Are you going to... Dude, it's not that many episodes. It's only like 50 episodes.
All right, fuck no. I'm going to watch it then.
It's good. It's good. So a lot of people don't like the original anime because the original anime finished before the manga was finished. So it kind of goes off on its own. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood stays closer to the manga. But what my favorite is actually the original anime, which was like 2003.
That's what we all grew up watching on Adult Swim.
Yeah. So, well, they had it on Adult Swim later. They had Brotherhood later, but yeah, we grew up on the original one when it was playing late at night. But so, and I actually prefer that one because there's like, I'm not going to spoil it, but when you get to the end, you'll understand what I'm talking about in this conversation. There's like in the flip of the pole, like what if right now we're in this era where like our energies are dampened, but then what if there's another area where our energy is like actually potentiated and
Amplified.
we're amplified and we're very powerful.
Hell yeah, bro.
That's the deepest
I'm
I'm
bugging
gonna get
down.
to it. Once you get there, if you remember this conversation, then like you'll kind of understand like what I'm kind of getting at. But dude, it's
Okay.
the original one is actually my preference, and the ending, dude, literally
Fire.
one of the it was one of those. So as a kid, you know, you have those what the fuck moments where you learn something and it totally changes your way of thought philosophically.
Right.
Everyone should have that as a kid. If not, then you're a fucking NPC, and you don't ever use your brain to actually think about anything, right? You don't analyze anything. When I watched that anime and got to the end of the anime, it was like, what the fuck moment for me, a philosophical what the fuck moment. Wow, this just opened up a whole new world of thought.
Nice, man.
So I really enjoyed that anime for that reason. Like
I have to put it on the fucking list, man.
people hate on it because of it doesn't follow the manga and whatnot, but there is and for other certain reasons, but there's like I really like it. Dude, if you're starting One Piece right now, dude, there's like 1,500, 2,000 episodes in One Piece. Just I know you're on Pirate Bay, dude. So what I did, I downloaded the Full Metal Alchemist as a AVI file, .avi. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Oh, of course. I still use them.
Using torrents.
I have an Avi player on my fucking computer.
Yeah. So I downloaded them and using uTorrent. And
fuck yeah, I got it's BitTorrent now.
I burnt them to a DVD, not to play in a DVD player, but as a data disc. So I could have like 20 episodes on one disc. It can only be read in a computer. But what I did is I modded my Xbox, the original Xbox, and it had this program on it called Xbox Media Center, XBMC, and it could read data discs. It could play like any movie format. So I would, instead of like, if I were to just burn it as a DVD, it would have like 4 episodes on it. And I could play it on a normal DVD player, but I would save my money and burn it like 20 episodes to one disc and put it, and then I would play it on my Xbox onto the TV.
That's fire, dude.
So I had like the whole series on like 3 discs. But
see,
dude,
that's
if you're getting into One Piece, just like put that aside for a sec. Watch Full Metal Alchemist, the original.
Okay.
Just trust me, because One Piece will be there. It'll be there for another 2 decades, dude. There's so many episodes, and plus One Piece, I watched a lot of it, and there's spots where it gets because there's so many episodes, it gets old.
But Full Metal Alchemist will have me have a out of body experience.
Yes, dude. It's very philosophical. One Piece is like cool because you're going on this grand adventure. Full Metal Alchemist is cool because there's a lot of philosophical themes to it that make you think.
Yeah.
I might rewatch it with you, honestly.
Let's do it, bro.
And I'll see if and then I could go back and see if it's as good as I remember.
If it holds up.
Yeah. And then we could do like a book report on it next podcast or something.
We'll have a book club on it. We'll have an anime club.
But you got to watch the original, because the ending's different than Brotherhood. Brotherhood's good too, but I mean, I could be just giving it mad props because I was a kid when I saw it, but
no, I'll watch it with the lens and the eyes of a kid. I'll try to put myself in that scenario.
Let me see what it's rated on IMDb. It used to be like really high rated. It got 8.5 out of 10, and then Brotherhood's 9.1 out of 10. But it was but the original was like, it was like 9 point something when it first came out. I remember It was like 9 point something out of 10. And then Brotherhood came out, and it followed the finishing of the manga. And then
People liked it more.
people just like, you know, people are like, oh, dude, you know how people are with like sub versus dub and
Oh,
all.
they're fucking nerds, bro.
Yeah. So then,
All right,
yeah.
let's end it there. Fuck the nerds. Let's
Geeks?
end it.
You fucking
End it there. Geeky. Put that fucking cheeky. And then I'll call you and then we'll talk off the air. But I think we call it there, bro. That was a good one back.
Hold on. We gotta read the comments.
Oh, we got the chat. We got super chats.
Let's see if we got any super chats. We got Rich in the chat. He was the first one. Said he came in when we were talking about the sub. He said, "What's good, dude? LOL. Yeah, it was an off-brand controller. It was a Wish PS4 controller. You know Wish? You know Wish, the website to buy like cheap shit?
Of course.
He said it was LOL was weird too. Oh, that's dope. How was it? You're good, dude. I got you. It's fire. Delta 9, Delta Bravo Zebra Kush. I quit smoking, dude. I got natural vape pens, dude, with weed. How is that body butter doing, Justin? And Denise,
good, bro.
with her YouTube account, and she said, "Thank you for the shout out." And then,
she got her account in there.
Yeah, so Rich and Denise, and then
Hell
Rich
yeah.
said, "Nice, how you do those gummy bears, bro? Are those edibles good out there, dude?
Hell yeah.
Anyone out there that's on them, bro?" And his stepson was at the Blink 182 concert. I don't know who he was talking about there.
That's the fucking billionaire guy. His stepson was at the fucking Blink 182 concert.
They're watching it on a TV screen, anyways. Ohio MPCS funding NASA. Ohio MPCS. I have no clue what that is. I Googled it. Nothing popped up.
Who said that?
Rich. It's an acronym. MPCS.
NPCs?
MPCS. Mike, Papa, Charlie, Sierra.
Oh, maybe he meant, I don't know.
Funding NASA. Give me the honest opinion about the Denise's Love Relief. And then he said Buster Johnstone. And he asked, how much is the subscription? I got a 30% off coupon, and the year was $104.96. Normally it's like $150.
Sure.
It was cheaper to do a whole year than I couldn't get 30% off if I just did the month to month. It was like $20 month to month. So it was way cheaper doing the year. So I was like, let's do it. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
And then he said, you guys got to do an IRL, bro. Dude, if Justin lived here, we'd be doing IRL ones like every single day.
Yeah.
And then Isle Walks in the chat. Shout out Isle Walks, I actually follow him, and I watch his lives every once in a while when I'm on and I see he's live. He's cool. I actually hopped in his live and like chatted with him for a while a few weeks back.
Legend.
Said, laughing when I feel like crying again. Peace sign, peace and P-Hub, Pornhub. Well, I can hold on. I should just share this screen real quick. Peace and PH Hub. I beat a ghost with a wiffle ball bat. Audio good. Sponsored by JBL Levitate. Hell yeah. Or
Bose.
Maybe that's why those Tibetan throat singers are doing that. And then Rich last comment said, "You don't touch grass." I don't know what that means.
Hell yeah, bro. That was a good one. Good first one back.
Good next week. Back, we got into it. We got deep. We talked about some cool shit.
We did. We always do.
Like who else talks about that cool shit like we talk about? Not
fucking no one, bro. No. So, and next week we have a fucking massive guest. Her name is Nikita Crump, and she is motherfucking a TikTok legend, van lifer, and just all around chill person. So tune in next week. Hopefully we can make that shit work.
1 million followers on TikTok, everybody. 1
1
million.
million followers.
This person went viral off like one post on TikTok, and now she's like a superstar on TV, guest starring,
Megastar.
has millions and millions of dollars in the bank, and millions and millions of guys that love her because she's pretty.
It's an incredible, compelling. She's an incredible, compelling person, and we will be looking forward to having her on the podcast. Next time that we meet, we will have Nikita Crump herself on the podcast. So,
Hopefully, I mean, if not, then we'll still be doing this. We'll be here.
then we'll still be here. We'll still be doing
Yeah.
the shit. So,
But
tune in regardless.
it will be coming up.
Thank you everybody for tuning in. Legendary. Out.
Out.
Oh.